Oh, she's so cute.
Second podcast episode. We're getting Izzy in this one. Come on, Iz. So Charlie's got a bit fatter this week.
Oh, she doesn't have that when she's sat on you. Probably because she's black.
Yeah, bless her.
She can hear you. She's growling. Oh, she's so
Honestly.
cute.
You should see her. It's ridiculous.
What do you mean?
Like she's starved.
Like,
Really?
last night, we gave her like 3 sachets of food.
Yeah.
No, I only gave her 2. She only has 3.
Alright, she only
The
had-
girl knew about it.
Yeah, she only had 2 sachets of food and she wouldn't stop begging for more. Oh my god. We gave her a full...
She's like me.
We got one of these bones from when we went up to the peaks.
Yeah.
And she had the whole thing.
Yeah.
And she still wanted more food afterwards. She's gluttonous.
She's Charlie's the other day.
Yeah.
She's a true ace.
Alright, there we go.
I'm going to be heading off, so I don't know whether I'll see you before or after.
Alright, see you later.
Sweet.
But yeah, into the next episode. This is going to be a week later, so it's been 5 minutes for us.
No, it's been a
for you
week.
guys.
It's been a week. It's been
In
a
the
week.
same t-shirts.
Yeah.
Rise to Your Potential, new merch out now.
Oh, bosh. We didn't even speak about that.
Yeah, we
in
didn't
the last
actually.
one.
That was
Yeah. It's nice. I'm happy with it.
We've got
Yeah.
30 of these upstairs.
Nice. Epic. I like how the texture's got like little like breaks in it.
It's
Yeah, it's a neat touch.
weathered.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is
like
that the word?
worn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're doing a bit of filming today, so
Yeah.
I
I
like
like
our new t-shirts in.
I like the fit. The fit's nice.
I wanted to get some jumpers as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get some jumpers. But I think with the jumpers, we probably wouldn't have this bit. We just have the Rise in the middle, the Rise logo.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
would
yeah.
look better.
I-
Yeah.
Mate, we need to get the acid wash in. I'm telling you, it'll look good.
No, we can, to be fair.
Yeah.
Now
yeah.
that we've got these done.
I think you were a bit worried that it wasn't gonna look
I think for the first
Like-
ones, I wanted them to be like,
just plain black.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
just
fair
simple,
enough.
basic.
But acid wash is like it's still black. It's just like it's got that kind of like worn effect. Like it looked really cool, definitely. Sorry, they're your t-shirts, mate. I'm
We should start getting different colours though and letting people order them themselves. Because we're giving these ones out for free, so.
yeah. That would be a good shout actually. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my shorts because I'm aware that they ride up
do ride
so much. Honestly,
Give people a view on the podcast.
wardrobe malfunctions.
But yeah, this is a bit of a weird one because usually get to speak about our week. Did we even speak about our week in the last?
We didn't. No, we didn't.
It worked pretty well then.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to really speak about from my side of things. I went to a ballet on
Yeah.
Wednesday, which was
Yeah.
good.
What I didn't really understand the concept of it. Like when you said you went to a ballet, like were you dancing? Like
Yeah, I got up on stage.
Did you actually?
No.
No. Oh,
It wasn't actually a ballet. I thought it was a ballet until I got there.
right.
It was just a dance.
It was like a show.
Yeah, it
Right.
was a show, but
Yeah.
it was like they just danced. There's no acting or anything.
When you told me about it, I was under the impression that you guys were going like dressed up, and it was like
no.
I didn't understand like what you really meant by it. Like you were like, yeah, I'm going to a ballet, mate. When you say that you're going to a ballet, like I assume that you're dancing. No.
It was a Peaky Blinders ballet. So Peaky Blinders is probably my favourite show. Have you seen Peaky Blinders?
Of course, I've seen Peaky
Yeah,
Blinders.
it's incredible, isn't it?
It is good. I need
And-
to watch it again.
Yeah, so we went to the Peaky Blinders ballet in Birmingham, and it was so good.
Yeah.
Like I didn't expect it to be that good.
Yeah,
It was really, really good.
fantastic.
But it did throw me out of routine, which is something I don't like.
Shocking.
Because we got home at like 12:30, 1
Yeah.
a.m,
Oof.
which then threw me off for the week.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
But apart from that, another quick update.
Yeah.
I've decided that for my delts and arm session, it's too easy.
What do you mean it's too easy?
Like
Too easy.
It's not a session.
I'm just too much of a beast.
No, but like it's just not a session.
What
I'm gonna add some lats into it.
What was it before?
So it is just delts and arms.
Yeah.
You know, my new split, I'm doing upper, lower, upper, delts and arms.
Right,
That's my
yeah.
new split. But it literally just feels like I'm training 3 days a week.
Right.
Because that delts and arm session, there's just no fatigue.
Right.
Like,
right.
you are just going in and it's basically like a pump session.
Yeah.
Even though you're training to failure because the exercises are so low demanding.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add some lats into that session as well.
Nice.
Just to make it a little bit more demanding. Especially when I go into a surplus when I'm back from a holiday.
Yeah.
I think adding some lats in there makes sense. So yeah. That's the only
Wicked.
real update from me.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my week has been all right, to be fair. I've just been so busy. Like, my manager is away on holiday this week, so I've been kind of running the ship at work. So I've had a bit more responsibility with that. I think I've had like a lack of like good quality sleep, and I've been waking up like super early, and I think it's just like over the weekend and on Friday it really caught up to me.
Yeah, it does, don't it?
Every morning I've felt like I've been like fucking like flashbanged, like honestly, it's yeah, it's been a tough week, but it's been a good week definitely.
Lauren sent me a picture this morning of him passed out on the sofa with his blue light blockers on.
Ellie tried to wake me up 3 times, like on separate occasions.
Did he sleep on the sofa?
No, I didn't in the end. I woke up about an hour later and then got into bed. But I was like, she tried to move me, and I was just like,
That's not happening.
patting her off. But yeah, no, I went down to London yesterday to film with Kez. He was doing a posing seminar, and it was a really good day actually. It was really fun. The actual filming went really well. Got some really good footage, and then just walked around London with the boys for a little bit. I didn't stay. They did a social for it, but I obviously today me and Ryan are filming the coaching launch, so I had to get back pretty promptly. But it was nice seeing some familiar faces. To be fair, I saw Noah. Not seen Noah in a while. He's doing well. And then yeah, met some of the posing boys as well, and they're all really nice. But yeah, no, oh my god, just a long ass day.
Then another long ass day today.
Then another long ass day today. Yeah, I'm excited for today though.
That'll be good.
It should be really fun.
We're basically relaunching Rise.
Yeah.
And introducing Lawrence to the team. So we're doing some filming in Doncaster with Jack, which should be really good.
It should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the new merch on, 100%. I still need to write a little bit of my script for my individual video.
It's a bit of a while, to be fair.
Yeah.
We can do that in the car though, because we've
Yeah,
got an
yeah.
hour journey there. So.
Yeah, we'll brainstorm some ideas, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, training's gone really well as well this week. To be fair, despite having a very busy week. So I did a 205 kilo RDL for 7. It was decent. It felt heavy though. I definitely noticed I moved around my training this week because I couldn't train yesterday, so I had one less rest day in between those RDL days. I think it was 2 sleeps, I think. Yeah. So I still went into it with a bit of like lower back DOMs. But it moved pretty well, to be fair.
Yeah, it moved really well.
Yeah, it was decent.
Probably just didn't feel quite as good.
Yeah.
We weren't as recovered, but it still moved really well.
Yeah, that's it. And then I did 185 for 13 on the Tuesday, which is the best I've ever done with 185 by country mile, to be fair. Like, both progressed really well. My knees were a bit battered, though. I think having that extra sleep before going into that next leg session is actually like it makes a massive difference in terms of like my joint recovery as well. So
are you training today?
Yeah, we're doing. Do you want to do upper together?
Yeah, I've moved up today, so
I'll do whatever you.
Yeah, I'll do whatever. We're
cool.
at a new gym anyway, so we'll just have a look around and see what's best.
Rezo looks sick, to be fair, so I'm excited.
I'm thinking though, start with biceps.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy to start with biceps
because then we can get a pump for the filming.
Yeah, but then surely you'd start with triceps. Triceps always makes your arms look better.
I'm thinking more about like the vascularity. Down my forearms.
Mate, there ain't going to be much vascularity going on here.
A little bit on that arm.
Yeah. It's more my forearm.
Yeah, I shaved my arms last night to get ready for the filming. So
my forearms look like they're probably the one thing that kind of holds vascularity when I start to push up a bit. But no, I mean, there's no vascularity going on in the biceps.
See, I've got the ultimate natty build because my forearms are just tiny. Because my wrists are so small. Like, I probably have the smallest wrist you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it just means my forearms are literally tiny. So unless I'm in a tight top, I just look tiny.
Yeah.
Which is why I got these tailored, actually.
Yeah. So. Yeah. You fill them out decently though, to be fair. Especially
because,
when
I've got them tailored.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have them out before.
Oh well. You got to do what you got to do, mate. I'm just lucky that I hold body fat distribution so well. Like, all of my body fat is held in my legs, my calves, my arse, hamstrings.
The best possible body part.
Oh, honestly, it's like it's goated. And then normally in like when I'm at the back end of like an off season, when I wear like oversized fits, I don't even hold much body
No,
fat
you
in my
don't.
face.
Until
like,
you get like really heavy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's you can notice it, but it's not too bad in the face. Like it's okay. But yeah, I'm in an oversized top now, and to be honest, I just look bigger than when I'm leaner.
Yeah.
Like if I was to wear this now at 200 pounds, I'd just look smaller. Like you wouldn't really necessarily be able to tell that I look leaner as well. It's only when I take my top off, then like, oh my god, he's in shape. Wow, he lifts. The life of a natty.
Yeah, I need to do one of those reels next time I prep, to be fair.
What do you mean?
Where I'm literally just like in a really baggy, oversized top.
Sleeper build.
Sleeper build.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not
yeah.
down with the kids. I didn't know that was what it's called.
Yeah, yeah. Sleeper build reel.
But that would work well for me. I can literally
Defo.
make myself look so skinny.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I'm in an oversized top.
Defo. Mate, to be fair, me too in prep. Like when I was
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
back end, when I was like sub 190, I didn't look like I lifted in a t-shirt. On my high days, maybe I did, because like I remember
I still think you did because you like your width and your delts.
Yeah, maybe it was just in my head.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see what I look like though now, like when I get back down to that weight,
Yeah.
like sub 200. I'm excited for that. That's gonna be awesome.
How long you got left of the gaining phase now?
Not long,
It's
mate.
Not long, is it?
No, no.
3 months?
Yeah, no, it's shorter
2.
than that. Wait, what month?
When
are
do you
we
go on
in?
holiday?
Is it
August.
July?
It's June.
June. So wait, we're midway through June, so 15
You go on holiday in
days.
August, right?
Go on holiday in August.
Then we
so
start as soon as you get back.
months and a half, about 2 months.
Yeah,
I'd
2
say.
months.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't wait. I cannot wait to diet.
See, I'm the
prep.
opposite. I cannot wait to get into a gaining phase. That's
Yeah.
literally what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
No matter what phase you're in, you're always looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm just at the stage now though where I've probably built the vast majority of tissue that I'm going to build in this gaining phase. Obviously, I'm going to smidge out a bit more progress in the next 2 months, but majority of the work is done now. I'm just gassed to like see what I look
Unveil
like.
it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm also just excited to be like 40 pounds down because I'm getting to the point now where I can feel it on my body. You know, I'm starting to feel a bit sluggish. Like I'm conscious as well that it's probably going to be really good for my knees to like get back down to a lighter body weight.
Yeah.
So yeah, super excited for that.
Stuff.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And yeah, so as we mentioned on the previous podcast, we're going to do a topic for each episode because we both forgot to put question boxes up. So the next topic. Last episode we talked about priming and the importance of that. The next phase of any process is the gaining phase, the dieting phase, where you're looking to improve basically.
The bulk.
Exactly.
Yeah. We need to use common terminology.
Yeah.
I keep on like correcting myself with this because before I met you, it was always just called like a bulk.
Bulk.
Or yeah, but I think the problem with bulk is it just insinuates that you like when you hear like yeah I'm bulking bro, like it normally just insinuates like a shit house bulk.
Yeah.
Where they just try and like a dirty bulk almost.
Have you done a dirty bulk?
Not really, no, because I think a dirty bulk by definition is just being in a being in a calorie surplus, but like purposefully just eating shit food.
Eating till you can't force down any more food every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done that.
I think it's more about the food choices with the dirty bulk. It's like you just do it solely off like,
Really?
that's the concept of it. Like because I think the idea is that people really struggle to eat high amounts of calories in with those like nutritious foods. So people have kind of like curated the concept of like, oh well, it would be much easier if I just eat like pizzas and burgers the whole time, and it's like
Just feel awful.
you just feel horrendous, and it doesn't work because like you can get in high amounts of like good nutritional quality if your start point is as good as it can be. You know, that's when you're gonna enjoy those nutritious foods.
You can get your food super high without needing to turn to those foods.
Yeah.
Obviously you'll have them from time to time with off plans.
Yeah.
But like your foods are what? 4.8 on training days?
Something like that, yeah.
4.8k calories on training days?
Yeah.
It's nearly a 5k calorie challenge every day. And there's no foods in there which you wouldn't say are micronutrient dense or whole foods.
Yeah.
Have you got any?
Maybe like the Rice Krispies. I think
Oh yeah, but that was changed out, wasn't it? From
at the back end of this gaining phase, like we've swapped a few
we
sources.
swapped out cream of rice for Rice Krispies.
Yeah,
But even that, it's
yeah,
like pretty much a whole food.
yeah. I'm having I'm sorry, mate. I've not told you about this. I'm having bagels now instead of sourdough,
Oh,
mainly because it's cheaper. But also like I've just fancied
Well,
like
that's your
switching
off-season
it
fuck
back.
then, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, ruined.
If you come down and look the exact same,
Yes,
I'm not taking blame for that.
yes, it's because I took out the sourdough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting the nutrition from the sourdough. It's because of how good it is for your gut. You know, I'm just not digesting any food now
You
because of the
fucked it,
sourdough.
mate. You
Yeah,
fucked it. But yeah, I think the area we can focus on with this podcast is not actually what you need to do. It's more about your mindset in this phase. I think that's way more important because
Yeah.
what you need to do in a dieting phase or gaining phase is simple. Literally just let your energy demands, let your energy intake match what you need in terms of energy demands. So eat what you need to eat to either gain weight, lose weight, etc. And then keep your performance as high as possible in the gym. Obviously in the gaining phase, you're going to be driving performance up. In the dieting phase, most likely, especially towards the end, you're going to be trying to hold into performance. But that's pretty simple. But I think something you could go into in a lot of detail here is your mindset towards these phases. Because I think you have like a really good insight to that and the way you need to approach them to get the
Sure.
absolute most out of them.
Sure, 100%. I think for me, the most important thing at the start of any gaining phase is looking at where your performance currently is, and then like setting like quite lofty goals. I was speaking to Danny about this, one of my clients, because we're a couple of weeks back we were setting some like performance goals for his
Yeah.
lifts, and I said to him, I was like, look, I I genuinely believe that you should be setting quite unrealistic, lofty performance goals, because even if you then don't hit those performance goals, you've probably hit numbers that you never would have previously hit if you hadn't at least shot for those
Yeah,
numbers.
definitely.
You know, I think your mindset is so important in gaining phases and going into lifts as well. You've got to think as well, like if you go into the science of it, your brain is literally sending signals to your muscles, like through your central nervous system. So if you go into lifts and you go into sets, not believing that you can do these like lofty performance goals, you're not going to do it.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
You may not think it. It's definitely subconscious, but your force output will absolutely be less if you don't believe in yourself and your mindset isn't switched on. So, yeah.
I always say to clients, the mindset you want to go into a set with is controlled aggression and confidence.
Yeah.
If you can go into every single set, controlled, focused,
Yeah.
aggressive at the same time,
Yeah.
but also really confident you're going to get what you need to get out of the set,
Yeah.
you will get the most out of every single set you do.
100%.
Simple as that. Even if that doesn't mean that you're progressing, even if that means just you're maintaining lifts towards the end of a diet,
Yeah.
that mindset is going to get you to where you need to be.
100%. I think people underestimate how much you can actually continue to progress in a dieting phase as well. Like, I think it's very dependent on where you're at in your diet as well. Like, obviously, you're going to be a lot more likely to progress at the start of a diet than you are at the back end when you're losing stability. But then again, like I think even if you can maintain numbers in a dieting phase,
Form progression.
that is a form of progression because you're almost like you're getting stronger by maintaining numbers as you get lighter.
You're getting stronger for your body weight.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Which is stronger. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if you improve your Romanian deadlift by I don't know, like 30 kilos in an off season, and then you're able to hold, I don't know, 20 kilos of that progression as you diet back down, you've still added 20 kilos onto that lift, and you're now in the same composition as you were before, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
So yeah, no, 100%. My mindset is so key, like in gaining phases. I think as well, the people that make the most progress, are are the ones who are able to sustain that mindset at the back end of those gaining phases. Where
Or even dieting phases as well.
yeah,
You
100%.
can get to a point where it becomes quite monotonous.
Yeah,
You feel like you're burning out a little bit towards the end of these phases.
sure.
You've been doing the same thing for months on end.
I actually think I do agree with you to an extent, but I actually think it's harder to do it in a gaining phase because
Definitely.
when you're dieting, you're getting that instant gratification from the day-to-day progress or like the week-to-week progress of looking leaner. Whereas in a gaining phase or a bulk at the back end, you're almost looking worse and worse.
Yeah.
And it's very, very difficult to continue to uphold that mindset intensity, and just solely focus on performance and performing your best. But I genuinely think the ones who make the most progress are the best at delaying that gratification, like being comfortable with looking a bit worse, not looking as muscular, not looking like you're making enough progress, but trusting in the process and knowing that, okay, if I can stick these next few months out, I can really squeeze out as much progress out of this phase as possible. When I come to diet back down, I'm going to look way better than before.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's pretty much the most important part of the process covered. Because the rest of it is, as I mentioned before, it's very simple.
Yeah,
Like, just set your energy intake where it needs to be to see the results you need to see.
sure,
And keep performance as high as possible.
sure, yeah.
But yeah, I think what you said about goals as well is really important. Set lofty goals, lofty expectations that you're trying to aim for. Because then even if you fall short, you're going to achieve a lot more than you would do if you didn't set those goals.
Definitely. And actually, like nurture your mindset with that. Like, believe that you can actually do it.
Yeah.
You know, I've been saying to myself with my goals, and it's worked so well. Like with my RDL progression recently, I've just been saying to myself, like, you should be doing this.
Yeah.
Like, if you know, you're this weight, you know, you're this body composition, you will be able to do this. You know, like, this is where you need to be to reach your goals. And it's worked so well for me, like, going into those sets, just literally saying to myself, like, I'm going to do it. Like, I don't have a choice in not doing it. I know it's definitely not to the same mindset extent, but it's a little bit, it's kind of runs along the same line as, like, you know, like the train by GP. The train by JP mentality is like, you know, the do not miss kind of mentality. Like, he's right. It really is a choice. Like, you do have the power to dictate, like, what you can and can't do in the gym floor. And as soon as you realise that, and as soon as you actually fully believe it, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, you unlock a whole lot more performance.
Yeah, it's insane. Something as well that I think you need to be aware of is, like, you need to consciously be getting better and doing different things on the gym floor from year to year, if that makes sense. So if you look at your performance from the last gaining phase, at the start, you need to be, okay, I need to beat that. You know, you can't expect your physique to change if you're not exposing your body to, like, different
stimulus.
like a different stimulus that it's ever faced before. Like, you can't like, otherwise what is actually going to change your physique? And that doesn't have to be solely weight. Like, say, I think it's the easiest metric to go off, but if you do it through, say, like, control or range of motion, and you do the same weight, say on, like, maybe even a different incline, like, that's definitely progression as well. Like, you just need to be doing something that's better than what you previously did.
Yeah, that's a lot of value given there. But we've got to leave it there because
Oh,
I've
you got a
call
call
in 10
you?
minutes.
Yeah,
And I
go for it,
wanted
my
to
boy.
answer Nathan's question.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So Nathan sent me this question after last week's pod, and it's a really good one, to be fair, because if anyone is thinking about going into their first bodybuilding prep, photo shoot prep, whatever you want to call it, this is a really, like, important thing to think about. But Nathan says, as coaches/PTs going through a prep, were you ever anxious about how you present yourself to your clients or the people around you due to the negative factors of prepping? For example, energy levels, mood, brain fog, etc.
Wow, that's loaded, but a really good
That's
question.
a very good question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want me to answer it?
Yeah, you start and I'll add to it.
Okay, yeah. So I think the mindset you need to go into a prep with, or any kind of dieting phase with, is that you're the person choosing to do that. And also, you are in control of the way you act throughout the whole diet. That doesn't mean that you can't feel a certain way. You can feel low on energy, your mood can be lower, you can feel slightly more irritable, but you're still in control of the way you respond to that feeling. So I think that's a really good thing to remind yourself of throughout the whole prep. You don't need to treat other people differently because of the way you're feeling. So for example, let's say you are feeling slightly more irritable one day or slightly less sociable. All it takes is a slight more amount of effort into the way you're acting to try and be like more normal and try and act a certain way towards people. And it's something that I found not really through irritability, more through like my ability to socialise.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, okay, I was finding it very difficult to even like talk to people because that's the way my body responds when I'm very low on energy. I just don't really want to spend energy speaking or losing my social battery, basically. So you've probably found that as well. Like,
Yeah.
I just become very quiet when I'm low on energy.
Yeah, but we all respond really differently to back ends of prep. You were just a lot quieter.
Yeah.
Like, but that was fine. Like, that's just how you responded, you know. But you're right. I think it more becomes about consciously making an effort to curb however you like kind of react to those situations, if that makes sense. Because unless unless you're an asshole, like when you're in like your regular body composition, you almost don't have to. You don't have to think about how to act,
Yeah.
or like you don't have to make an effort to.
It comes naturally.
Yeah, it comes naturally because that's just who you are, right? But I think in those dieting phases, you know, you have to consciously remind yourself, like, okay, today, like for me, example, I do get quite like, or I'm prone to get a lot aggier in dieting phases.
Yeah.
So I did this really well last dieting phase. I have to kind of remind myself, like, okay, you're probably going to be a little bit battered today. You might be a little bit more susceptible to snapping at people, or you know, just being a bit irritable. Like just you know, like tone it down. Don't let it affect the way that you act towards people, you know, even if you're internally feeling that.
I think, yeah, being conscious about it is the first step.
Yeah.
As soon as you are self-aware of the fact that you can be like that,
Yeah.
you can then work around it.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, at the same time, don't preempt yourself feeling a certain way.
Yeah.
Because some people will get through a whole prep and not really feel the effects of it at all.
Yeah. You know Joel at the gym, coached by Max.
No.
Joel Knowles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's honestly, I spoke to him. He's 2 weeks out, and he is pretty much. I can tell he's like a bit more knackered, mainly because he told me.
Yeah.
But he is pretty much mannerisms wise and speaking like exactly the same as he was in a gaining phase.
Yeah.
Like super nice lad, really chatty, and it's like. Yeah, some people, it doesn't even affect
Yeah, exactly. And I bet if he went into it thinking, okay, I'm going to feel this way,
Yeah.
then he would feel worse.
Yeah, definitely. Max is a really good coach, so I'm sure he's kind of nurtured that mindset into him.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's insane, isn't it? Like, I definitely was not like that in my first prep. I'm gonna strive to be a lot better next time round. But I spoke to AJ about this actually. I just told him, I was like, I'm just mega impressed with how you've kind of conducted yourself. Like, I've seen you on the gym floor multiple times, still giving people the time of day and still being friendly with people and speaking to them. And you know what he said? He was like, yeah, it's taken about 5 preps to get there. Like, at the end of the day, he was saying, like, it's just about experience. And the more you do it and the more time that you spend in that kind of, like, prep state, the better you're going to get. So don't... what I'll say to you, Nathan, individually is don't expect yourself to nail it first time. Like, don't put pressure on yourself to absolutely nail like every social occasion every time, because you probably won't realistically. But just know that it will get better if you plan on doing another prep.
And also, if you just go out your way to show people around you that you're putting effort in.
Yeah.
that's really important as well. So, for example, like with Nathan and his partner,
Yeah.
just going out of the way to still going on dates with her,
Yeah.
still speaking to her about her day, etc.
Definitely.
Because you won't want to speak to her about her day.
Yeah.
You won't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, realistically, to make them feel good and make them feel like the prep's not affecting them,
Yeah.
you've got to do that. You've got to do it.
Yeah, I think as well, communication is so important, and especially with partners as well, because especially with someone who isn't into bodybuilding and doesn't understand prep, like they could literally think that you're just being off with them
Yeah.
if you don't explain like how you're feeling, what you're going through, because then that just gives so much more context behind the behavioral patterns. And if you do have a moment where you snap at someone, or you have a moment where you're a bit quieter and you're not as engaging in conversations, that person can then be like, oh, okay, that's why, like, he's on prep, it's fine, it's just he's having a moment, like, I'll leave him to it. And yeah, I think just having that understanding between people is really important. Like, Ellie is very much like that now. Like, say I'm in a diet, and this goes like vice versa as well. Like, say, one of us is having a moment, I think the other is getting quite good at just being like, she's dieting, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just a bit hungry, or she's just a bit hungry, it's okay. Like, so something as well, sorry to keep waffling,
Right.
is like, on a prep as well, you'll have high days and low days as well, not nutrition wise, as in like mentally.
Yeah.
Some days you'll feel great, some days you'll think like, am I even on prep? Like, I feel great. And then other days you'll be pretty low on energy, and you'll experience these side effects. And understanding that it's never really linear. It's never, and you can't decide when these days happen again, unless you have, like, I don't know, like a high day nutrition wise, then you will probably feel better. But yeah, no, just understanding that it's unpredictable, understanding that some days might be good, some days might be bad, and that's okay.
Yeah, just living in the moment and accepting those days for what they are.
Exactly. Yeah.
You didn't do a prep for it to be easy.
Yeah. 100%.
You did a prep to challenge yourself.
Yeah.
And push yourself as hard as you can.
Yeah.
So accept that.
Yeah.
And then actually enjoy
it.
Revel the fact that you are struggling a little bit.
Yeah. That's the only way that you can have a productive prep. If you can have, I think I wish I'd started to instill this mindset at the start of my prep instead of fighting it. But towards the back end, I remember saying to myself, like, I think my steps were at like 17k, something ridiculous, and I was like, okay, like, let's enjoy this challenge, like, enjoy these last like 14 days, like almost embrace it, like, embrace how sucky you feel. And it was probably the easiest like 14 days I had, even though like I felt the same. Yeah, that's definitely a good point. Like, challenge yourself, like, enjoy the beauty in the struggle of bodybuilding, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That's a great place to end, because I've got to shoot off.
Go for it, my man.
My podcast.
Yeah.
Do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah. Thank you very much for listening, guys. I didn't do an outro on the first one, but whatever.
Keep up the views.
Keep up the views.
We're going to keep that in every week now.
Oh, no, don't. 'Cause I just sound like an idiot. Yeah. Keep up the views. Yeah. No, seriously, thank you very much for the support, guys. We really appreciate it. We'll put a question box up next time. We won't miss on that. So keep getting your questions in. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week.